Welcome to Mr. Tech, the place where you'll witness high-speed chases, intense pursuits, and bold escapes. Non-stop action, thrilling danger, and unforgettable moments. Let's dive right in.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Do it now! Get on the ground!
On January 23rd, 2024, things got intense when police spotted a convertible Chevrolet Camaro driving erratically near the Lake Station area. The driver, suspected of something, took off at high speed and ignored the cop's signal to pull over, kicking off a full-on chase. Police quickly teamed up with patrol units, using traffic cams and comms to keep close tabs on the Camaro as it sped through the area. The chase stretched across several areas, from I-80 all the way to Broadway, with the Camaro speeding up and weaving through traffic like crazy. The suspect was driving dangerously, hit another vehicle and took off, causing some property damage, but thankfully no serious injuries were reported. Drivers on the road had to swerve out of the way, yelling in frustration at the reckless scene unfolding in front of them. Multiple police units, including K-9 teams and patrol officers, were called in to block off possible escape routes. Traffic cameras caught the Camaro heading north on Broadway, near 11th Street, before the suspect turned into an alley. Law enforcement used a smart surround tactic, relying on traffic cams to track the suspect without getting too close, which helped avoid a high-speed collision. The K-9 unit was brought in later to help locate the suspect after the car stopped. Heavy traffic made coordination tough between teams. Some people think using drones for surveillance could really help in situations like this, especially in crowded urban areas. Around 10:50 a.m., after cutting through some alleys near 11th and Broadway, the suspect ditched the car and took off on foot, leading to a tense foot chase. Police quickly deployed a taser to subdue him, which turned out to be the right call to end the chase fast and avoid a potentially dangerous situation, especially if he had a gun. During the arrest, the suspect kept making conflicting statements, claiming he was the victim of a gas station robbery and that someone else was in the car. But footage and evidence at the scene confirmed he was alone in the Camaro.
They tried to rob me. Y'all know this. So we're the fucking police. Why don't you stop for us, huh? Because they around and steal. They want to buy you fucking from me. No, the people that are trying to kill me are still around here. They still around here.
Did you deploy taser?
A K-9 unit helped search the vehicle and found a small amount of marijuana. The chaotic conversation with the suspect highlighted the challenges officers face in high-stress situations, especially when the person they're dealing with isn't making much sense. Some experts suggest more crisis communication training could help de-escalate things more effectively. The suspect's actions, crashing the car and fleeing, also point to a bigger issue in the area with drug use and traffic-related crimes. This chase shows just how dedicated law enforcement is when it comes to keeping the community safe, even in tough traffic and bad weather.
Right, because the people that I'm running from. What? Look at all these cops. Why are you running from people? You know what?
Man, you ran from us all the way back in Lake Station. Don't even give us that bullshit.
You fucking crashed and ran. You think we're stupid?
I wasn't in Lake Station. Bro, you're on I-80 on the 14.
That's when somebody was in the car with me. I'm trying to tell you they had a gun.
Okay.
Okay, you're not listening.
The big takeaway here is how important it is to follow traffic laws and cooperate with the police to avoid unnecessary trouble. People are also encouraged to report any suspicious behavior at public spots like gas stations. It really helps make our neighborhoods safer for everyone. The suspect was arrested on multiple charges, including resisting arrest, reckless driving, hit and run, and possession of marijuana. The Camaro was confirmed to belong to the suspect's girlfriend, and a pet ferret found in the car was turned over to animal control. The suspect, who was already on probation for a previous theft charge, is now facing more serious charges and has been taken to Porter County Jail to await trial.
That go with the car and this chain go with it too. Okay. So just like that go in the keychain. Watch your face. Damn. So I'm going.
On February 7th, 2025 in DeLand, Florida, the Volusia Sheriff's Office, VSO, got a tip about Randolph Brown, 39, a dangerous criminal wanted for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. With a no-bond warrant out for his arrest, deputies immediately launched a manhunt, fully prepared to take on a suspect known for being reckless and unpredictable.
Keep your hands up! Keep your hands up! Keep your hands up to where I can see them. Hands on the wheel! Hands on the wheel!
The chase kicked off when cops spotted Brown in Lake County. He hit the gas right away and rammed into two patrol cars with a loud, screeching crash. Even though officers had their guns drawn and clearly ordered him to step out of the vehicle, Brown acted like the law didn't apply to him, completely reckless and defiant. Instead of complying, he tried to run them over and took off, swerving straight into oncoming traffic. Chaos broke out as civilian drivers scrambled to get out of the way, while the police kept a tight but safe distance, using tactical driving to stay on his tail.
Hey, Brett, he was reaching towards that center console.
Early reports say two innocent drivers were hit by Brown's car, but luckily they only suffered minor neck injuries. The big question is, why didn't the police shoot out his tires to stop him, especially when they clearly had the chance to prevent the whole mess from escalating into something so dangerous? Instead, they just tried to talk him down, which obviously didn't work.
Ready, buddy? This is you. Watch out, watch out. Get the stick.
He was recklessly weaving through traffic, completely ignoring the danger he was causing, even though the roads were packed. Cops tried multiple times to box him in and force him to stop, even causing some minor crashes, but he just wouldn't quit. Law enforcement held back from going all in because they didn't want to risk a bigger accident with other vehicles involved.
Eastbound lanes, turn lanes, going into opposing traffic, and continuing southbound Woodland through 92. Going southbound and northbound lanes.
All right, guys, let's back off. Give it some space. Let Air 1 call it. I don't want to keep pushing him any harder.
Still southbound, northbound lanes coming up to Plymouth now. Over the top of the roundabout. Still southbound, going into oncoming traffic. We're about a quarter mile out from Kepler now. Still eastbound. He's going through the construction. Lost control. Signal 4 right by the 7-Eleven. Signal 4. Stand by.
You're gonna get bit! You're gonna get bit!
Things hit a breaking point when Brown lost control, probably panicked, and crashed at an intersection in D-Land. He tried to make a run for it on foot, but K9 Red, the badass police dog from VSO, was released. Thanks to top-tier training, Red quickly brought Brown down, letting the cops cuff him without having to use any extra force. The chase ended safely with no injuries or major incidents. Inside Brown's car, police found a loaded gun and a backpack stuffed with drugs: oxycodone, MDMA, Xanax, Suboxone, weed, and other prescription meds. The whole thing raises concerns about drug trafficking in Florida, where small towns like DeLand are often used by gangs to move illegal stuff around. His rap sheet reads like a criminal's greatest hits: armed fleeing, assaulting a police officer, attacking a K-9 unit, drug trafficking, and a bunch of driving-related offenses. At around 11:25 a.m. on June 12th, an armed robbery went down at Orange Gate Park near the top of Tacoma. A woman was threatened by a male suspect who stepped out from the tree line, pointed a gun at her, and demanded her car keys and wallet. He took off in her stolen car right after. Luckily, the victim had an Apple AirTag hidden in the car, which turned out to be a key clue that helped the police track down the suspect. Thanks to the signal from an Apple AirTag, police were able to quickly track the stolen car to Federal Way. At first, it looked like the car had been abandoned, but as officers got closer, the suspect suddenly jumped in, started it up, and kicked off a high-speed chase. It was a reckless move, showing just how desperate and willing to fight back the suspect was if cornered. The pursuit stretched from Federal Way through Fife and straight onto the southbound DA5 freeway. Officers showed some serious driving skills and tight coordination, especially in the middle of a busy urban area. But with rush hour traffic, the chase came with serious risks. The suspect might have even tried to cause a crash on purpose to stir up chaos and make a getaway. On top of that, Tacoma's hot, dry summer weather raised the risk of a fire, especially with high-speed driving on the freeway. The heat, engine stress, and dust could easily lead to a car fire. Something law enforcement will want to keep in mind for future chases. Chase just south of 56th Street on I-5, officers decided to use a P8 maneuver, a precise tactical move to force the stolen vehicle to stop.
Speeds are 62. Went for a pit, car wrecked out. Get it blocked in. Went for a pit, car wrecked out.
The move worked, spinning the car sideways and bringing it to a halt on the shoulder. But the suspect quickly jumped out and took off on foot, leaving a female passenger behind. Just seconds later, The car suddenly burst into flames, likely due to leaking fuel and the heat. Officers immediately realized the woman was still inside. Without hesitation, they rushed into the fire, risking their own safety to pull her out. A K-9 unit was brought in to track down the fleeing suspect, and thanks to the coordinated effort between the officers and the dog, he was caught quickly without any further issues. While the pit maneuver proved effective, it's a risky move, especially on a busy freeway. The officer's bravery in running into the flames also raises questions about protective gear and emergency training. The suspect's car and one patrol vehicle were completely destroyed, and another patrol car suffered heavy damage to its undercarriage from the intense heat. The fast-moving fire also threatened nearby vehicles, causing major traffic disruptions. After the fire was put out, the police found a gun next to the driver's seat of the stolen car, strengthening the case against the suspect. He was arrested and now faces serious charges: first-degree robbery, evading police, second-degree unlawful possession of a firearm, and second-degree identity theft. The female passenger was rescued safely, but the incident serves as a powerful reminder about the importance of personal safety. On the night of October 14, 2024, a high-speed chase went down in the downtown area after police got a tip about a suspect driving around, believed to be tied to some serious crimes, including an illegal weapons stash and resisting law enforcement. Patrol units, backed up by a K-9 team and multimedia specialists, quickly pulled together a pursuit formation to track the suspect down. The chase kicked off when the suspect suddenly sped up, hitting 75 kilometers per hour on a dirt path, ignoring the posted speed limit signs. That triggered the pursuit protocol, with comm systems used to constantly track and report the suspect's location. The K-9 unit was already on standby, ready to jump in if the suspect bailed on foot. The suspect kept switching routes, weaving through crowded spots like 66th Street and LD University, putting pedestrians at risk. Cops held a safe distance, using tactical driving skills to keep control of the situation without endangering civilians.
Black male. You got a black helmet. Collins, I believe it is. 36. Speed's 40. No traffic.
It all went down at night. The weather was dry, but visibility was rough thanks to uneven street lighting. Some roads, like West 42nd, were under construction, which made navigation trickier. The patrol team kept a moderate, coordinated pace, splitting up to block potential escape routes. But the suspect clearly lacked high-speed driving experience, especially around corners, giving the tactical team a chance to close the gap. Even though they didn't get involved directly at that point, the K-9 unit stayed ready as a key backup in case the suspect decided to run.
Very well. He's every time he turns. Roosevelt. Hey, walk. Please 93. Traffic light.
Things got tense when the suspect suddenly drove into the wrong lane, heading straight toward LD University. At that point, he lost control, and the car swerved violently at around 64 miles per hour, 103 kilometers per hour. Responding units acted quickly, teaming up with the K9 squad to clear the area. The suspect ditched the car and tried to make a run for it, but the K9 team was deployed immediately. The police dogs quickly caught up and subdued him, shutting down any chance of resistance. While being taken into custody, the suspect kept denying having any weapons, even though authorities suspected he might be armed. A thorough search turned up no guns or dangerous items. The K9 unit played a crucial role in safely and efficiently stopping the suspect, helping minimize the risk of violence. Police used smart tactics, combining roadblocks with the K9 deployment to make sure the suspect had no way to escape. That said, there's still a need to improve on-the-ground assessment procedures to prevent misunderstandings and ensure suspects' rights are respected during these situations. The suspect was handed over to law enforcement and is still under investigation. He's facing several charges, including reckless driving, resisting arrest, and disturbing the peace. Some sources suggest he might be connected to other illegal activities, but that's still being looked into. This incident not only shows how important our law enforcement units are, but also highlights the need for them to be equipped with modern technology and proper training. Around 7:43 p.m. on May 10th, 2024, Detective Rowe from the local police department pulled over a vehicle that had blown through 4 or 5 red lights without stopping. The driver, who identified herself as Tiana, couldn't provide any ID or a driver's license. Upon checking, officers discovered that Tiana was actually a wanted suspect for charges related to marijuana possession and disorderly conduct.
Do you have any kind of photo ID on you? Okay. Is that your mom?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We're going to have to wait just 1 minute.
When Detective Rowe asked Tiana to step out of the car to continue the investigation, she refused and became defiant. The conversation quickly escalated, with Tiana repeatedly refusing to comply and even daring the officer not to touch her. During this tense exchange, a small bag containing pills, suspected to be oxycodone, IP204, fell out of her pocket, raising further suspicion of criminal activity. This discovery not only strengthened the grounds for her arrest, but also raised concerns about transparency and safety on the road, especially since Tiana was driving without a license and had an active warrant. Her repeated red light violations could have easily led to a serious accident, particularly at busy intersections. Her refusal to cooperate put everyone at risk, including the officer and nearby civilians, some of whom were children. Detective Rowe's decision not to use force right away showed tactical skill, focusing on de-escalating the situation in front of the kids. But since Tiana kept resisting, he had no choice but to call for backup. Other officers quickly arrived on the scene to help secure the area and assist in bringing the situation under control.
You went to her mama's house?
No.
Okay.
I have no problem explaining to that, but I do need y'all to step. I need you to step out.
The situation reached its breaking point when Tiana had to be handcuffed after repeatedly refusing to leave the car. Detective Rowe, with the help of 3 other officers, had to use restraint techniques to get her out. This all took place in front of some family members, including children, which made the atmosphere chaotic. Tiana kept resisting, accusing the officers of being abusive and calling them dirty cops. During the struggle, a pill, suspected to be oxycodone, fell out of her pocket, further supporting the drug-related allegations. The presence of children at the scene posed a big challenge for the officers, forcing them to balance law enforcement with minimizing psychological impact on those witnessing the event. However, Tiana's reaction highlighted a deeper issue: the lack of trust in law enforcement, a topic that's worth discussing in the community. The discovery of the oxycodone also raised concerns about prescription drug abuse, a serious issue in the area at that time. This pursuit wasn't about high-speed chases. It was a battle of wits and psychological control.
Anything else on you?
Yo, stop talking to me.
Go ahead and put it in the car.
What you talking about? Stop talking to me.
All units stand by for general announcement. All units be advised southeast and southwest will be cautious for the remainder. Southeast and southwest will be cautious for the remainder.
Can you stay with these 2 bills real quick? Yeah. Those came out of our pocket. Right on. Yeah. Howdy, y'all. Okay, now I will be willing to talk to you. It's okay.
Nah, cause I don't really know. I don't want to talk, fam. You just look like you was gonna shoot me. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we're
hear
in
that.
this fight up
hear
here.
that, bro. That's my sister, bro. That's
Okay.
female. I don't care, bro.
Well, I gave her the opportunity to step out.
Everybody raised different, bro. Everybody raised different. Y'all
And I gave her the
cowards,
opportunity.
bro.
I gave her the opportunity to not do this in front of the kids. Okay, you're free to go. Have a good one.
Your big ass. Your wife know you doing girls, females like this? Big ass motherfucker. Too big to be doing all that.
78636 repeating.
Tiana was eventually taken to the local custody jail, LCJ, to face charges, including possession of marijuana, disorderly conduct, and traffic violations. The officers handled the situation without causing harm to anyone, showing professionalism and restraint. The incident ended with the scene being cleared and Tiana being transported, while the other officers went back to their duties of keeping the community safe.
No.
If you start on it, I'm gonna tie your feet. You better knock it off.
You, I hate y'all motherfuckers. You.
I'll tell you what, I don't need her anymore. Can we just get her off to LCJ?
Yeah.
I'll follow you.
Yeah.
We'll start cleaning this mess up. Excuse me.
Let's go.
This is what it is. I'm going to be transporting the 1015.
Can you copy a story mileage?
I see all y'all in court. I need all y'all names. My mama don't get up there. Make sure I get your name. I want your name and the mother fat ass bitches. I want all their names. It only took one of y'all to get me out the car. 1, not 3. I hope y'all cam badges, and I hope y'all cam badges was on. I hope all them cameras was on.
On September 12, 2024, the area around W. Stevens Road near International Park became the focal point of an intense chase. The patrol team had been alerted about a suspect on the run, a man accused of reckless driving and resisting arrest. Officers, coordinating over radios, quickly set up a perimeter. The tension was thick, like a taut wire, with every second feeling like it could make or break the outcome.
Cool, turn around. You going the wrong way, though.
Going 50 miles per hour.
The chase unfolded on the narrow streets of a residential neighborhood. The suspect, moving at an incredible speed, weaved through tight alleys, trying to shake off the patrol team. At one point, he even turned around as if to taunt the cops, then sped off in the opposite direction. The patrol car stayed on his tail, not letting him out of sight. It seemed like he either realized escaping by car was no longer an option or he just wasn't thinking straight. He suddenly stopped the car and took off on foot into a wooded area. But the cops had anticipated this move. The K9 unit jumped into action, with the lead dog picking up the scent and the wind helping guide the officers. The K9 wasn't just tracking, it was also putting psychological pressure on the suspect, pushing him toward mistakes.
You got it, bro. Get him, big dog, get him. This nigga trying to tuck my ass, bro.
We have ended that too. I ain't get
Los. Please, bro. Los. Fuck.
Started 4 for a dog bite.
Kelvin Penniman, bro. January.
He thought he was smart enough to dodge the cops, but that hope vanished fast when, after a desperate attempt to run, the suspect ended up cornered against a wall near a house on West Stevens Street. The K9 unit was right on him. Thunder, the police dog, ready to strike. Exhausted and panicking, the suspect gave up. "Put your hands behind your back now," the officer ordered, cuffing him by the book. The chase didn't cause any serious damage, but a few wooden fences in the neighborhood were broken as the guy tried to escape. Locals, while cooperative, voiced concerns about safety in the area. An elderly woman nearby said, "I heard the running and barking. I thought someone was breaking in." The arrest, done without the use of force, showed the patrol team's professionalism. Still, the presence of a K9, even though effective, did leave some residents a bit shaken. The incident serves as a reminder of how important it is to work with law enforcement. If you spot someone suspicious, report it. Don't try to handle it yourself.
Thank you.
After the suspect was arrested and put into the patrol car, he was charged with reckless driving, resisting the police, and possibly being connected to other crimes in the area. One of the officers on the scene noticed dirt stains on his clothes, and after checking the security camera footage, they confirmed he was the guy who ran through the park, pretty much sealing the deal on his involvement.
Straighten your legs out. Put your hands directly behind your back, both of them. All right, come on out.
Yeah, I literally just looked at the video and seen you running across the road. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Yes, I get it. Yep. Go in the car with them.
3. Go ahead.
Hold that real quick. So.
You show another on that car.
I'm clear.
We'll take the oil in from the
Forest Drive.
060-895.
Hey, Bailey. Separate your legs, sir. Step over here for me.
On October 7th, 2024, on Interstate 30 East at mile marker 124, state troopers spotted a silver Infiniti Q50 bearing a clearly counterfeit temporary Arkansas tag. When officers activated their emergency lights, The vehicle immediately exited the freeway onto the South Service Road at mile marker 124. However, as soon as it came to a stop, the driver suddenly sped off, initiating a tense, high-speed pursuit. The Infiniti Q50 sped back onto Interstate 30 East at a breakneck pace, easily exceeding 110 miles per hour. Traffic on the highway was heavy at the time, making the suspect's reckless driving even more dangerous. He weaved aggressively across all 3 lanes, tailgating other vehicles and making risky passes in extremely hazardous situations. Police maintained pursuit at speeds between 110 and 120 miles per hour, prioritizing maximum safety amid the chaotic traffic conditions.
Coming up to 126, more than in and out traffic at 110.
At mile marker 126, the Infiniti exited the highway and headed south on Alexander Road. Driving at a reckless speed, the suspect lost control and crashed into an embankment. Patrol officers quickly located the vehicle at the scene. The driver, Katsian Gude, surrendered without resistance.
Walk back towards me. Walk back towards me. We're not playing that game. Keep coming. When you get up here, lay down on the ground right here, okay? Lay down right here. Lay down. Lay down.
Upon inspecting the scene, officers discovered a digital scale that had been removed from the center console and marijuana residue scattered across the vehicle's floor, though no significant quantity of drugs was found. A fake temporary license plate had been removed from the car. Goody complained of a left shoulder injury and was transported by Pafford EMS to Saline Memorial Hospital. The suspect's crash into the embankment highlights how high speed combined with urban terrain is a recipe for disaster. Had the pursuit continued, the risk of civilian casualties or property damage would have increased sharply. This underscores the importance of using safe vehicle stopping techniques, such as deploying spike strips or coordinating with K-9 units to subdue the suspect earlier.
No, sir, you can check. Man, look, I lost my baby girl. She was on this.
Katsian Gude was taken to Saline County Jail and faced a series of charges, including fleeing, reckless driving, falsifying registration documents, using illegal license plates, speeding, careless driving, tailgating, improper lane change, driving without insurance, driving with a suspended license, and possession of criminal tools.
I know I caused this shit, man, but look, I just got off work. My girl, she was going to pick her up.
That's the end of the video. Get ready for more intense high-speed chases and heart-stopping escapes next time. Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single thrilling moment.
You went to her mama?
Well, let my daddy don't come up.
Oh, okay.
I have no problem explaining to that, but I do.